Spokesperson Mayilome Tshwete joins us now. What's going on at the South African Airlines? I mean, we've seen Sizam Zimela leave, we've seen board members also resign, and now Lekona has been asked to be removed from the board and has been suspended.
I think what's going on at SAA is more a question or a problem of financial issues. The company is going through a very difficult time given the economic context that most aviation companies are facing. I think that has been the focus of the department, and that has been the focus of the minister. Some of the incidents that have played themselves out in the media have been surface issues. And this last incident, or the last move by the minister to remove Mr. Khona from the board, speaks to the department's focus to focus on the core issues of the airline. To have a situation where the attention of the board is shifted from the turnaround strategy, finding a permanent CEO and ensuring that the turnaround strategy is implemented, to shift that attention from that and to focus on what could be an unhealthy relationship between Mr. Vuyisile Khona and the rest of his board was not the focus for the department and the minister. The minister felt the deterioration of the relationship had to be handled proactively. So he removed Mr. Khona from the board.
What was causing the deterioration of the relationship? Why is it that it looks like in most sort of state-owned enterprises it's difficult for you've got the minister here, you've got the CEO here, you've got the board here, but there never seems to be any cohesion between all of these entities. Where's the problem lying?
I don't think we should make that general sweeping generalizations. They're different dynamics at all parastatals. Specifically to SAA. As you know, the board had investigated Mr. Khona as a result of some concerns they had. Whether or not Mr. Khona was going to be found innocent of those charges, which are still ongoing right now, the minister felt that the relationship would not be able to work and was not willing to risk the health of the company by having a protracted, unhealthy relationship between board members. So I think the dynamics at SA are quite specific, and the minister has been quite proactive and quite prudent in trying to resolve these things. His interventions have resulted in bettering of the situation. I don't think the situation is rosy, nor do I think it's the best it can be. But there is a plan at hand to turn things around at SAA. It's going to take time, and the minister, the department, the board are committed to that.
The suspension and this removal of him from the board, does that mean the investigation against him does continue? And who's going to be then put there to replace him? And will this be a person that will agree with the board and ideally then be valuable for the turnaround strategy of SAA?
Yes, the investigation against Mr. Khona is going to continue. The board is going to make its findings in due time, and they're going to make their decisions about what action to take against Mr. Khona. It's important for us to remember that Mr. Khona was put in there as an interim measure after Caesar left. So he was never supposed to be a permanent CEO. We always said that Mr. Khona would be there until a CEO was found. That process is currently ongoing. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll have a name of a CEO, and we expect that person to take the helm at SAA. We expect that person to be part of the turnaround strategy, and we expect that person to implement the turnaround strategy. The relationships between the executive, the board, and the shareholder are bound by performance. If there's a question of performance, and if there's a question of a relationship which might jeopardize the performance, the shareholder has to act. If there's a question of performance on the executive side, the board has to act. So I don't think these breakdowns in relationship are personality issues rather than reflections of deeper issues that the minister and the board are trying to deal with currently.
Well, thank you very much. Let's wait and see who replaces him, and let's see where his investigation takes. It's been a pleasure having you with us. That was Public Enterprises Spokesperson Mayilome Tshwete.